That's literally, even the jawbone has come off. So what's going on, guys? So today I'm going to show you how to make steamed slash roasted lamb's head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to steam it for a few hours and then I'm going to slowly roast it. People can roast it, but it can take longer. But because it's the first time making it, I want to see how it is if I steam it first and then roast it later, see what's the difference. So these are the spices that I'm going to use. I've got yogurt there in the middle. As you can see, I've got turmeric, I've got some 5-spice, I've got some address curry powder, I've got some ginger, I've got some chili powder, I've got some cumin seeds, I've got some garlic and herb seasoning, paprika, I've got some coriander powder, salt, pepper, and turmeric, as I mentioned. So these I'm going to mix up together, and then I'm going to marinate it over this lamb's head, and I'm going to use some lamb juice as well. Make sure you thoroughly wash this lamb's head for about 20 minutes in cold water, let it soak in, preferably about a couple of hours. If you can let it soak, it'll be better. But what I've done is I've soaked it in a little bit of vinegar just to get rid of the blood, and it'll clean out itself. But yeah, with the steaming process and the yogurt, it'll give enough liquid to steam for a few hours, and then once it's tender, then I'm going to finish it off in the oven. So I'll show you how I do it. I'm going to marinate it over the meat, so I'll show you once it's all mixed together the colour, what it looks like. Add the lemon juice and just a little bit of oil as well, and then let it then I'll marinate it over for about an hour, let it rest in the fridge for a bit, and then I'll start steaming it. So I'll keep you updated. So after mixing all the marinade together, this is the kind of paste and the colour you should get. It's quite strong and it's quite thick, as you can see, because you want it like that. If it's too much yogurt, too much water, what'll happen is you'll dilute the marinade. I see a lot of people just making a marinade and it's too thin, and then when it's cooking, the flavour doesn't seep into the meat. So I'm keeping it nice and thick, and this is quite strong of a paste, but you need it for long, slow steaming processes, especially for like a gamey meat like the lamb's head. So I'm going to, I'm pretty happy with that as well. So that's nice and thick paste. I've added lemon juice in there, and I'm going to add some little bit of oil in there, and then I will marinate it all over into the pan, and I'll show you then. So now you can see all the marination is on the lamb's head. It's a nice thick orangish dark colour. I've added a little bit of water just to help the steaming process. So that's been left in the fridge for about a couple of hours. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lid on and then let that steam on low heat for around about 3 hours, and then keep checking it. And then once it's almost done or tender, then I'll put it in the oven just to crisp up a little bit to intensify the flavour. But if you can see, it's all nice and coated. That's the eye meat there. There'll be the tongue meat there. You crack the back of the head open for the meat, for the brain, the cheek meat. So there's different parts of the meat which are all very, very, very interesting. So I'm excited to see what it's all about. At this point I've added just enough liquid, about halfway through. You need a deep pan as well, just to keep it steamed on without it sticking. If you don't add enough liquid, what you'll do is you'll tighten the meat and it'll be harder to tenderize, because there's a little bit of meat on the cheek and you don't want it to toughen up or dry, because it'll be hard to get that to tenderize. So what I'm going to do is add some water, boiled water, bring that to a slight boil, and then put it on low for about 3 hours. I'll keep you updated. there you guys, that's the steamed boiled lamb's head in spices and masala. Smells delicious. It just smells like a nice beef or nice lamb. That's some of the stock there. Once it's cooled down, I will show you all guys what it looks like. Delicious parts of the meat there. I'll open it up and I'll let you know once it's cooled down. So let's see how tender this is. So that's the, you can see, that's the lamb's head. If I pick you up, that's the lamb's head. Let's see how tender it is. That's literally, even the jawbone has come off. Put that to a side. That's the tongue. You peel that part off and then you eat the inside. That's literally the jaw away. That's the cheek just there. Honestly, it smells literally like nice beef. That's all it smells like. You can see the tongue is a bit tough, so what you do is you just peel that part off and inside it's really tender. And then this is all like the nice meat there. The cheek meat is delicious itself, so that you can try yourself as well. The eye, you can eat the eye as well. It's nice and tender. You can see like all the bones just literally just come off. And it doesn't have no gaminess smell, no gamey smell as well, like how you think it might do. It's very hot still, so take off the bones. All this part here, you can eat yourself. So yeah, that's the back of it. The brain, that's soft there, and then you crack this part open, and then that's the brain right there. So yeah, hope you enjoy this video and let me know what you think. So yeah, like it's like a delicious little soup now I've got here. All the little bits and bobs in there. You got the cheek, you got the brain, you got the tongue pieces in there. You got all different pieces in there. And that's just literally the leftovers there. You got the jaw piece there. You got the skull there. You got the brain emptied out of there. Underneath, literally everything, as much as I could have taken out. There's literally not much there. All these bits, Bob, these are like quite bony. But a lot of people said there's not enough meat. I kind of disagree. There's plenty of meat with the lamb's head. It's very similar to by like mutton feet, lamb's feet or cow's feet. It's very similar taste to that, and like mixture of like beef, lamb, shoulder and marrow, combination of all them three, them few ingredients. But as far as I can say, I really enjoyed it. I didn't feel like it was anything off. Would I get it again? Yeah, I would get it again. I'm gonna leave the leftovers in there into the stock, and I'm gonna make like a soup with that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little experimental video, and give it definitely a try in the stock that I've made, and see what you think.